I'm going to talk about the free tools that Google offers. And once you kind of start getting into things like analytics and numbers and traffic, and some people's eyes just kind of glaze over, and I understand that. But hopefully you walk away knowing kind of what you can learn, what is available to you. Because you as the marketer or the biz dev person, you want to understand what people are doing. You want to understand how the content that you're creating is gaining traction, how people are interacting with it. You want to understand how people are already using your website and what they're doing on it. So we're going to talk about Google Analytics. We'll talk about Google Optimize, which is a tool that allows you to do A/B testing. So if you've got a particular piece of content, or you've got a tagline that you think is going to be really effective, or even down to like things like button color. Like, did you know that orange is going to be twice as effective as a green button? There are things like that you don't really know, but psychologically people react differently to design elements and colors and taglines and different types of content. So being able to actually throw up an A/B test and say half your traffic goes to this page with an orange button, half your traffic goes to this page with a green button, and then just looking at the numbers. This one converts at 20% more effectively. Why in the world would you not want to go with that? But those are decisions that you can't really make unless you've got the data to back it up. Google My Business, incredibly important now. Most of the time, if a user is searching for you or for keywords related to your business, a lot of times now the first thing they're going to see is that giant Google My Business box that pops up in the right-hand side. Understanding how important that is, but then understanding kind of the all the data that you can actually get out of that is super important as well. We'll talk about that. And the last one here, Google Search Console. This is another free tool that Google makes available. This allows you to monitor the overall health of your website. So Google Analytics will give you an idea of what the traffic is doing. Google Search Console will give you an idea of if there's any problems on the server side, or what are people actually typing in to get to your website, the search queries. Do you have any pages that are throwing up errors? Do you have any pages that are indexed by Google but are currently going to a page that's like a dead link? A lot of times you don't really know this stuff, especially if you've got a lot of content on your site. Google Search Console gives you this information and allows you to dig in and fix those issues. So this is, if you were to log into Google Analytics, and I'm sure some of you do this on a semi-regular basis, this may be a completely new screen to some of you as well. This is what you're going to see. And again, a lot of times when people just see numbers and charts, it takes a certain type of brain to be able to react positively to that sort of thing. So you may see this and be like, oh, make it go away. But this is key in understanding what your traffic is doing, what users are, how they're interacting with your website. How effective is your website in actually reaching your customers? You know whether or not people are submitting contact forms, right? Or going through the checkout process, or clicking on your, you know how many calls you get from your website. Well, what else do you need to know? You need to know, okay, are people landing on my website and then bouncing as soon as they get there? The bounce rate. The bounce rate is anytime somebody comes to your site, it doesn't interact with any, doesn't go to any internal page, doesn't click on a button, doesn't go anywhere else. They just see it, scream, and then just leave immediately. That registers as a bounce. So understanding your bounce rates. Typically we see, 40%-ish bounce rate. But if you open up Google Analytics and you see a 90% bounce rate, holy cow, something's wrong. There's something about your website that is not effective in reaching people.